Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning ma'am and class. We are from 6th group. Today, we will explain material about speech community. I am Audian Marian Tiloli as a moderator and first presenter, and Isma Yusuf Tanjung as a second presenter. And our material today is divided into 3 points, namely definition of speech community, network repertoires, and intersecting communities. Okay, I would like to explain part A, definition of community speech. Sociolonguistic is the study of the use of language within or among groups of speakers. What is a group? Group is a difficult concept to define, but we must try to understand. For our purpose, the group must have at least 2 members, but there is no upper limit to group membership. The types of groups that sociolinguistics generally try to study are called speech communities. For a purely theoretical purpose, some linguists have a hypothesis and the existence of an ideal speech community. This is actually what purpose a complete homogeneous community of speech. However, such a speech community cannot concern us. It is a theoretical construct used for a narrow purpose. Our speech community, whatever it exists in the real world. Consequently, we should try to find some alternative views of language communities, which aid the investigation of language in society rather than are required by abstract linguistic theory. Lyons offers definitions of what he calls real speech communities, all those who speak a particular language or dialect. It is easy to point out that language communities are not related to language, even though English is spoken in many places around the world. Based on the opinion of linguistics, it can be concluded that a speech community is a group of speakers who share a language and language use patterns. That is the meaning of a speech community, is a group of people who speak the same language and share the same dialogue, words, grammar, rules of a language as standard. These people also share an understanding of at least one language so they can communicate with each other. An example of speech community is a group of English speakers around the world. Community members talk to each other more often than members outside the community. This pattern of behavior is known as communicative isolation. Communicative isolation increases by social, cultural, economic, and geographic factors. As a result, over time, the speech community develops characteristics of language use and language that are divergent from other communities. Exactly how to define speech community is debated in literature. Definition of language communities then to involve varying degrees of emphasis on the following: 1. Joint community membership and joint linguistic communication. And that's all, and thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Isma Yusuf Tanjung, so I will continue the material that have been conveyed by my friend before. This material has divided in 2 parts. It is First is network repertoire, and the second is about the intersecting community. Now we will begin from the first material. It's about the network repertoire. One of the ways to observe how someone will relate and interact with other individuals in a society is through their network. The network has three types. The first is dense network. This network happens when we conduct intense interaction with someone and the person whom we interact also conduct an intense interaction with someone other. The second network is loose network. It is the opposite of dense network. It happens if a person whom interact with do not conduct any further interaction with other people. The third type is multiplex network. It happens when a group of people interact in a society using more than one way of interaction. Multiplex network like the combination of dense and loose network. We can use speech repertoire to understand how someone's linguistic choice can help them to bond with particular community or group. So when we communicate, we must know the person or the people that we are talking to. This important because we need to suitable language to the person we are inviting to communicate. Now I'd like to move to the next part of our material. It is about intersecting community. Intersecting community is the ability to adapt our language to speech community. So Wardock in 2006 said that someone will be part of speech community if she or he relate to the place based on the observation linguistic norms. Wardock in 2006 stated that every person has a typical way of speaking based on the place of the origin or a particular speaking community. We can know people specifically from each community by looking at the exam word in the nation or the dialect the person used. Wardock also stated that someone will be part of speech community if she or he relates to the place based on the observation of linguistic norms. The existence of similarities in the characteristic of each individual can form a speech of individual. So we may look the example of intersecting community in this case. A woman who lives in a bilingual household, she can easily switch between the two languages she masters. When she's shopping, she uses language A, but while working, she uses language B. A language accent that she masters show that she can be classified as an immigrant to the community where she lives, whereas the B language accent she mastered in other language shows she is a native of Y country. In one day, she will transfer her identity from one group to another. She becomes a member of a group at one time when shopping, and a member of another group at another time while working. This she ought with the aim of benefiting from membership in each group. For the example, at work, this person used English to equalize the perception of her colleagues who use English as the standard language, whereas in shopping at traditional market, she used local language in order to have a sense of equality with traders and get cheaper prices. So this woman in one time can be part of two speech community. Alright, that's all the material we discussed this time. Hopefully this will be used for all in the future to more understanding about linguistic. Thank you so much. We are from 4th group.